Hey, my name is Kayla.
I'm Tamara, and we're going to be answering the question of how does education produce freedom for African Americans in today's society? So I guess I'll go first. I think education produces freedom for African Americans in a lot of different ways, but one of the main reasons is because it allows us to be able to look in our history and see how things have changed, how things are similar, and what we can do to improve today's society and not make the same mistakes we made in the past and to keep moving forward. In the book, in the Voyage to the African American Experience, I read about how General O.O. Howard, he established the Freedmen's Bureau, which allowed us to be able to establish schools in Mississippi for free so students could go. And the main goal of the Bureau was education, because I feel like he could see that education was really what would produce freedom for us, because without the education, we wouldn't have really known what freedom was. We knew we were free to do the things we could do, but we didn't know how much freedom we could have. And, open the door for other schools, other HBCUs like Morehouse and Tougaloo and Howard, yeah, so those schools pushed it even further, and now we can go to predominantly white schools and learn about African American studies. So,
yeah, picking back up off what she said, basically education gave us a seat at the table. It allowed us to be in places that we wouldn't normally be in, we weren't allowed to be in. But having the education gave us the extra step to be in places that we weren't allowed to. And also in chapter 6, in a voyage through the African American experience, basically it talks about how W.E.B. Du Bois gave us the extra push that we needed to get an education just to be in places that we wouldn't normally be in. Unlike Washington, who was trying to befriend white people and try to be buddy just to get an extra step on, use them as a stepping stool. W.E.B. Du Bois wanted us to just basically get our own education, be our own step up, not use nobody else for a crutch, but going in our own direction. And I think that's one of the biggest things that education could have ever did for us, was to just allow us to be in places that we wouldn't normally be in, just on our own account, not by, using other people to get ahead.
Yeah. Okay. My second point on how education produced freedom for us was because in the African American Experience book, I learned about how in chapter 6, Ida B. Wells, she was a civil rights activist, but she was also an educator. And she was one of the people that helped found the NAACP. And it said how she got swept under the rug. People didn't really know that. I didn't know that. And I thought it was pretty cool because, we have the NAACP here at Ole Miss, and I'm involved. So it's nice knowing that an African American woman helped found that society.
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, people still do. Raymond today is still helping to establish equality going forward. So it's just nice having the education and knowing how God founded the real,
Mm-hmm. And also, another point, without education, we would have never knew, how bad it was back then. I think she said that, too, at the beginning. We would have never known how bad it was. In Miranda Moore, all the books that she wrote was, basically reinforcing the idea that white supremacy was okay, and, it was okay to have slaves. And, all those books that she wrote that were taught in Southern Confederate schools, it's just kind of crazy to think about. Without a real education, even white people would never knew, how bad that it really was back then. They would never understand how bad slavery, those times really did affect black people.
Yeah, and I feel it's also crazy how they tried to keep us from getting an education. Black people had to sneak away to go to
just
school.
To read.
Yeah, just to read. It was unheard of. So it's nice that now we can have our own education and actually pursue it, freely. We can pursue it freely. We don't have to hide or anything like that. So,
So I guess,
that's the end of our discussion. So, I guess we answered the question on how education produces freedom in today's society. So, hope you enjoyed it.